Now, while much of the world is focusing on events in Ukraine, let's tell you about the violence in Yemen, because it's some of the worst being seen in the long-running war there. This month marks 8 years of conflict, with monitors saying that the past 4 months have seen more than 800 air raids. Both sides in the war have been accused of war crimes, something they deny. However, the UN body investigating offences has been closed after Bahrain, Russia and other countries voted against renewing their mandate. Well, BBC Arabic special correspondent Nawal Al-Maghafi has this report, and I've got to warn you that you may find some scenes distressing.
Another deadly night in Yemen's capital, Sana'a. And a frantic morning at what's left of a family home. A common scene in this war between Houthi rebels linked to Iran and a coalition led by Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Hassan's brother was at the scene.
I called my brother. I could hear women and people screaming in the background. He said, "We are coming to help."
The first airstrike killed a former aviation college head linked to the Houthis, with his wife and children.
And I was rushing to help. Then I heard the second strike. The house was flattened.
The second hit killed his brother and 4 other rescuers. 2 strikes. This is what's called a double-tap attack. The UN has condemned them and said the targeting of rescuers could amount to a war crime. The coalition said it was targeting Houthi camps across the capital. It was in response to a Houthi drone attack on the UAE, like this one, shown in their propaganda video. Both sides are accused of war crimes, which they deny. Crimes which have contributed to one of the world's worst humanitarian crises. But since October, the UN has stopped investigating them.
Radhia, the UN Human Rights Council failed to renew its mandate to investigate war crimes in Yemen. What has been the outcome?
That was a very dangerous message to all parties to the conflict, that they have impunity and they will not be held accountable, and they can go with not caring going on in their violations in the ground. And this message was received very well by parties to the conflict.
And the consequences can be seen here. Escalating attacks have seen more than 400 casualties in January and February alone, making it the most violent period in years. Amongst the rubble, a burnt face of a father, hidden from onlookers, including his sons.
They wouldn't let me see his body. They didn't want that to be the last image I have of my father.
Iyad and his 2 brothers are left without a family breadwinner.
He's left a huge void in my life. And if the attacks don't stop, we will fight back.
This war's aim was to weaken the Houthis, but sentiment like this has only grown. And as attacks increase, so too does the hostility.